Hello everyone, this is Helna. I'm an artist and I'm here to take a short tutorial on how to create realistic water droplets with acrylics. So stay tuned guys and let's get started. I'll be taking a short version demo of this painting here. Now let me introduce you to my brushes. This is a flat brush and I'll be using this one to paint the background. This is an old brush and I'll use this one to paint the rocky surface here, and you can see how distorted and uneven it is. See? This is my liner brush. I'll be using this to paint my water droplets and to add some details. And this is a dry brush used for smudging and blending. These are the paints I'll be using. This is lamp black. This is tallow cyanine blue. This is crimson red, and it's titanium white. Okay, so let's start. First, I'm going to paint the background black using my flat brush. Now mix the blue paint with a little bit of red. Now wipe off excess paint from the brush and dab it all over. I'm sorry, it might not be too visible. And show some black from the background. Now add some white paint to this blue mixture and dab it again. And always remember to show some portion of the underlying layers. This creates that rocky surface look. Some more white paint to this blue mixture and dabbing it only at certain places. You can see how the black is showing off. Now take a toothbrush, dip it in the white paint, use enough paint and gently rub it over the painting so that you get tiny sprinkles of white. So now comes the most exciting part of this painting, droplets. Take your liner brush, dip it in black paint and start painting different shapes and different sizes of water droplets. Now add shadows, elongated a bit on the bottom right. Remember, shadows will always be opposite to where the light source is. So now let's start adding the highlights of the refracted light in the bottom of each droplet. For that we'll need to mix a lot of white paint to the blue mixture so that we get a very light value of blue. Now keep in mind that the brush should be almost dry so that it's easy to smudge the paint, and as you go up, paint very tiny dots and spots. use the blue paint again to add the reflection of the sky. And you can always use the dry brush to smudge it or just blend it. And you may use some pure white, titanium white paint to show the reflection of the clouds. Now let's start adding the highlights with pure titanium white. Just smudge the paint and add tiny dots. Make sure that the underlying blue paint is also visible. It actually creates magic. And add more white if you need to the bottom edge. And while adding the dots, make sure that you're not pressing it too hard. You just need a feather touch. Adding more titanium white to the bottom edge to make it really highlighted. Now let's add the highlights on the reflected area where the light directly hits the droplets with pure titanium white. Now clean off your brushes, wipe off excess water and mix phthalocyanine blue with titanium white. And we were going to add little more details to the reflection of the sky. You can see how dry the brush is. This helps in easy blending. Now adding some blue and some black dots over the refracted area to avoid too much of the whitish blur. Now taking a mixture of blue and black paint, I'm going to paint right below the sky's reflection to darken the portion. I'm adding some more white spots because I think I've darkened it too much here. I'm going to add some details and blending. To doing a different type of droplet here. First the outline, then the shadows, and using some paint with the acrylic medium, just paint towards the edge of the shadows. This makes it look realistic. It kind of gives a blurred effect to the shadows. So if you have an acrylic medium, do try it. Adding highlights and details to the refracted area of this droplet. Repeating the same process and techniques with this droplet too. Now I'm going to mix blue, little black and little white paint. I'm going to paint on the sides of the drops so that they don't appear flat. This gives a pretty look to the droplets. See how the droplet is shining when I started painting the sides. And finally adding two black slightly bent lines to the last droplet, which could be the reflection of the branch of a tree or something. That's what it makes it different from the other droplets. Now darkening the areas of the shadows that are close to the droplet with more lamp black. And finally, if you want to paint tiny droplets, just draw some round shadow outlines with black paint and give some white highlights inside the droplet. And so that's it, guys. I hope this was helpful and you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.